Lovely. Day off in between Christmas and New Year. Thank the Lord. So, today, I've got an exciting little job to do. Hopefully it's going to be a nice job to do. Because I'm fed up of doing old stuff. Rubbish stuff. Not rubbish stuff, but awkward stuff. Now, I bought 2 windows for my pump house. But I could only manage to use one. So the window was like 180 quid or something like that. It was a joke because I had to get it from Wix. Because if you can remember, I couldn't find one on FaceBay at the time. Ironically, about a week later, I travelled past a place who took all their windows out, and it was actually signposted on my way into work. It was like, honestly, sod's law. So, but what I've done is I've gone to Wix and I've picked up a load of timber. So I've got enough timber to put my pergola over this. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to put the polycarb sheets on yet, but I'm going to put the pergola on. So that's what I'm going to do today, which is going to be good fun. So I thought it was a good time to put the pergola on because I've got the cover on the fish, that the fish, you know, it's not going to get much rubbish in, you know, the pond. So I thought that was a good idea. But the fish are absolutely fine. Just giving them 2 oranges. Can you see the 2 oranges there? Giving them the 2 oranges. Yeah, they're absolutely fine. They're chilling out, doing what they've got to do to survive, which is not a lot in my pond because it's 18 degrees. Yeah. So I do get a little bit of a problem with this sticking. But yeah, that works quite well. Oh, there they are, the pigs. Anyway, so let's crack on with this, guys, and we'll see where we are to. And what I'll do as well is, I think there's a little bit of interest. I'll show you the model later on that I'm working on. Why not? More content, isn't it? And I don't know what it is, but a lot of people message me about the models, and a lot of people that actually keep koi do model. I don't know, do they go hand in hand, or is it a thing where I think basically the slightly older generation is the avid koi keepers, and I think for the older generation, like, you know, 40 and above, 45 and above, whatever you would class the older generation, I don't feel old, but I might be one of them. I think it might be a thing where when I was a kid, it was the toy to go to. Do you know what I mean? So Airfix, Tamiya, making model tanks, model planes. It's what I loved doing when I was a kid. So I think that possibly is something to do with people that like koi also like models. Do you know what I mean? I think that's the attachment to it. But anyway, I've cleaned up my modelling room now. Over the last couple of days, I've literally took about 9 or 10 recycling bags out of there. I just had to be brutal. I got rid of loads of stuff that, you know, those little boxes. Oh, there's a couple of wheels in there. I might use them in the future. Nah, they've gone. So everything's gone, and I've started fresh, but I've kept everything that is dear to me. But I've got some amazing stuff. But anyway, let's crack on with this for a little while. I've been talking to a mucker G how to put my posts and all on, and I think I might have the solution. So we'll go from there. I'll catch you in a minute. Right, there we are, guys. That is my this was my plan of attack. Is that I've pretty much got an older coach bolt like that. I've drilled a hole through there into the block. More than that, probably about 6 inches down into the block. And what I've done is, if you can imagine that there, well, there we are then. If that's there, I've driven it all the way through. So that much there is left showing at the top. Grinded the top off, and what I've got is I've got these little stainless steel nuts or washers. Probably one will suffice, so the timber then will sit on top of that and give it a little bit of an air gap, so it's not going to rot so quick. This was an idea from Steve from Cat and I, who were talking last night, and this is how he done it, so I'm going to do it that way. It's not going to be secured here, but it is going to be secured up there. If you can see there where my finger is, I've got a little L bracket, a galvanized L bracket, which is going to be spaced across, and that's what the timbers are going to sit on. So it's going to be securely securely fitted to that side, so it ain't going to go nowhere. So it'll be resting on here and rest on here when I get Buddha away. Right, let's crack on with this then, see what happens. So there we are, guys, lovely. So what I've done obviously is I've marked the actual center of that 3x3, well, that 300 by 300, well, you know what I mean. Mark down there what the actual height of the roof is going to be from the top of basically the rafters is going to sit exactly the same height as that. So when I put the polycarb on, and it's just going to, the polycarb will just be overlapping that, so it'll all fall onto that roof, all the water, and then carry on down. So saying that, from the very top of the rafter here, it follows the actual gradient of the roof all the way to the top there, and that works out to 137. How I done that was, I've got a couple of long rafters here. I laid one across the top, put another rafter up here, and where they intersected at the top, I put a mark, measured that then from here to there, and I got the angle of the dangle. And that's what I've done underneath, guys. I've just bored it out, so it's a real tight fit on those metal pins. And there's the metal pin that side, so and it fits perfect. Look at that. It's got a tiny little gap where you can just about see the washer in there, and that's a stainless steel washer. So, but then again, I suppose I'm pissing in the wind, because the actual coach bolt, is galvanized, and it's or zinc plated, and it's slightly rusted. But I got a load of spare coach bolts, so I wanted to put the crappy one inside the wood. So whatever I put in that wood, the moisture in the wood's going to make it slightly corrode anyway. But anyway, like that, lovely jubbly. So, and what I've done, obviously this one sits up slightly higher. So what I've done is I've put a rafter on here, across there, with the tape measure, with the spirit level on top, lifted it up, and I measured it down, and that's 116 centimeters from the base to the very top. So that's exactly what this is now. So I'm just wondering, I don't know how I'm going to do it. I've marked the depth of one of these here, okay, so I could actually mitre this out and sit it inside, or I don't know whether to actually just bolt it straight onto the top, because I think if I do mitre it and put it inside, I'm actually pissing on my chips, because let me get one of these coach bolts out, because this is the problem I've got. So obviously this has only got so much thread, so if I'm putting that there, and then with the other one on the top there, then I've still got the thread coming. But if I countersink it in, then my nut obviously is going to be countersunk from there, and then I've not got enough thread. So what do you think? Yeah, just put it straight in the outside. I think I prefer the look with them bolted on the outside as well. I'm not being lazy, but I think it looks quite nice when you've got the main timber standing off, and also it brings it out slightly as well from here. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do, guys. There we are, guys. So the two uprights are in. I've took my time to measure this. Basically, I wanted to do 50mm centers on those, but it didn't quite work out with the span I had. So what I've done is I've got 40 mil centers, 40 centimeter, 400 centers, sorry. But in the center here, I've got a 4400. Now, there's a reason for that, and I'll let you know later on. But anyway, so that now should screw into that, and I'll put it this side of the beam. And then from there we can start cutting the noggins, the beams going through here, and I'll measure the distances on the other side. I've got the center of that, so I'll put the first center in, and then what I'll do is I'll come down all at every go, and I'll measure each one individually, just in case the front of the pond is not quite square with the back wall there. Do you know what I mean? I pretty much think it is, but you know what I mean, I ain't Tommy Walsh. So let's do that now, and then we can start, you know, getting it structurally solid then, because these obviously are not, these are just sitting on these posts. Now they're quite tough actually, the metal coach bolts I've put in, but it's not actually tethering it down. So the tethering is going to be done from the other side. So by the time I've you know, secured it against that side, it should be okay. If I feel it's not, then we'll reassess the situation. We'll take a step back and have a look, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be okay. Right, so let's go. Right, don't look at this, guys. Looks a bit of an abortion, but this timber here is just securing this at 90 degrees, and there's a little wedge in the wall over there securing that at 90 degrees. So what I'm doing now is, once I've put these first few timbers on, as you can see, perfectly flat for up there, so when I do put the polycarb on, there will be no wind gap there. So that might be a bonus in the future if I ever want to maybe even enclose all of this, which I probably won't, but never know, do you? So anyway, let's crack on. It's looking good so far. There's another dream little bit done of my pond. So pergola's up, guys. And many thanks to Steve from Cat and Koi, that's under your name, isn't it? Cat and I, for giving me inspiration how to attach the 4x4s to the top of the pond, and it looks neat, guys. Couple of trick cuts, the little angles of the dangles wasn't too easy, but with a, what do you call those things? Oh, I don't know what it's called. It's like a little slide bevel or whatever, I don't know. Chippies use them. But anyway, I'm very happy, guys, and what I've done is, if you can remember, I said I was going to leave instead of a 400 center on the middle column, I was going to leave a 440. So and I'll show you exactly what that's for now. Now bear in mind, the lead that I've got on this is a little bit too short and it's exposed at the moment. What I'm going to do is tack that up and feed it. Probably, well, I'll just tack it up and feed it wherever I want it. I don't know yet. I'm talking rubbish. I don't know yet. But anyway, let me spin you around and show you what I've done. Please excuse a little bit of sawdust in the pond. I've just cleaned everything down, and there's had a little bit of sawdust go in the pond, but I'm sure it's not going to kill the fish. Let me spin you around. Really? Now then, guys, look at that. So yeah, pretty happy with how that's come out. If you can see, it's literally totally flush with that top drip tray. So when I put polycarb on, probably going to be sooner rather than later, to be honest. Be a shame not to get it all done. But anyway, as soon as I put the polycarb on, that it will just fall off onto the onto that roof, which will be absolutely banging. Yeah. Totally chuffed with that, totally chuffed with, I did go on the internet and I looked for pergola construction and all that kind of stuff, and I just took the best bits that, you know, I thought would be the best for this particular pond. But what I have done is I went down to B&Q and I got those little L brackets. I generally felt that was the best way to put those on. I know you can get the other ones that they come up onto the sides. But you know, I've got this plastic trim, so I needed something that goes up underneath. So yeah, tidy beans. So really happy with that, with those. And look at that for a light, guys. So don't look at the lead, but I'm going to track the lead across, really tidy out the way, and either plug it back down there or put it into the pond. Yeah, I'm not quite sure yet, but what I'll probably do is actually put a switch on here. That's what I'm going to do, yeah. So yeah, that'd be nice to have a little switch by there to stick it on, wouldn't it? That would be really handy. So I'll put a little outdoor switch on there. And yeah, Bob's your uncle. I'm really happy with that. But that's the reason why I had to do a 440 gap in the middle. Because if you can see there, those two lugs now are literally, well, they're 440 apart. So that fits in there like a charm. Now, this is obviously 100% waterproof LED light. It is an outdoor light, but did have a bracket on it, but I took the bracket off and I put that there because this is literally like a football stadium light, guys. It's insane. But you can see how it's illuminating the koi there now, and that's with the cover on. So with the cover off, That is going to be fantastic. You can see all the bits of sawdust floating around in there. That'll all clear up soon. Fish are buzzing. Fish are like that. It's summertime, guys. They are buzzing. Look. Yeah, and again, that looks super neat, doesn't it? Look at that. Look at that. Just hovering on that stainless steel nut. And the same with that one there. So that's going to prolong those lives. And like I said, it's good to go. What I do have to do is I have to go up and I have to put a screw straight down the top there, just to keep that, well, just to basically screw those on, even though they are, I don't know what you call them, mortise and tenon joints. I don't know what it's bloody called, but anyway, do you know what I mean? You can see what I've done there. Cut half and they just slip in together. So jobs are good, and that one actually needs to be banged down. I haven't done that one. Oh, and this one needs to be banged down, but they do go down. They do go down. So yeah, I'm buzzing with that, guys. I'm really quite happy with that, to be honest. Very happy with that. You know, I don't think I could have done anything better with my afternoon. Yeah, it looks really nice now. So we'll look from up the decking. And the beauty with this as well, guys, is I've noticed that, well, that looks very nice. When I'm up here, I can still see the fish. Sorry about the that flashing. I can still see the fish. I got over half of the pond totally visible, guys. So job is a good one. That's going to be a lovely cooch for the summer. A little Moroccan cooch. Oh, a little Japanese cooch. So a little bit more tidying up to do here, guys. And yeah, good to go. But I did promise you, I believe. I did promise you, oh, that looks lovely. Look at that. I did promise you to have a look at one of my little models I'm working on at the moment. So give me 2 minutes and I'll go into the underbuild. So here we are, guys. Oh my God, this is, let me just turn this off. Pause. So let's go into here, guys. Excuse the toast, that's from my boy this morning. But yeah, modeling room. Almost finished. So at the moment, guys, I am working on a Jag Panther. So a Jag Panther. Anyway, so this is what I'm working on at the moment. It's got starting to work on the Zimmerit this morning. So this is an anti sort of like magnetic mine covering that the Germans used to put on during mid to late World War II. Haven't done all of it yet, guys, but we've got the photo etch on, and also what I've done is I've punched holes into this to make it look like it's been walked on, because that's actually what they are. There's loads of holes in all that mesh and stuff. It's to stop leaves and all going down into the air intakes, etc. But there's a lot more to do on this, guys. And I'll tell you what, this is basically my practice model before I start actually doing my my actual filmed ones for the YouTube channel. So I'm just blowing out these. These are not stuck on, guys, because I got to put Zimmerit on the back, so I dry fit everything. But that's the color scheme I'm going to be doing on this one. Okay, that is the color scheme. So anyway, we've got a lot more kits to make here. I got a couple of Panthers, got an Abrams, I got a T90. Is that a T90? Yes, it is. It's a T90. I've got a T55B. I got a T55, T54B and T55A. Okay, excuse me. And that's the one I'm currently working on. But guys, I've got plenty of types. I've got whatever. I got loads of stuff to do. So anyway, I will do is when the channel is up and running and I've blown the cobwebs out and I'm starting to work a bit more on the old modeling side of things, I'll let you know what the actual name is. Well, actually, the name is going to be the Modeling Soldier. Obviously. Not made all the artwork for it and all that kind of stuff, but what I am working on is I need some lighting in here, so I need to get ring lights and all that kind of stuff, so I'm not casting shadow over shadow when I'm actually working, and it's a lot more complicated than actually filming a koi channel. Do you know what I mean? This is a more polished version of a channel. This koi channel is basically just a journal, isn't it? It's like a, you know, little vlog. Anyway, kind of things you could expect me to make. So that is my Messerschmitt ME109. In the process of doing that Spitfire. This is a Tiger tank. There's a lot of modifications on that. That's another Jag Panther actually. We've got a Stug 3, and we've got a King Tiger, and we've got a Tadpole from World War One. We've got an ISIS attack vehicle, and various other ones up there, guys. Little interesting fact, this U-boat here won Best of Show in the London Model Show historical section, I think 2019, but look at the weathering on that. Now then. So guys, thanks for watching this one. I'm gonna go for a walk now with the dog. Might take a beer with me, just like a proper chav. And yeah, see you on the next one, innit? See you later, guys.